I have further noted testimony before commission in which Sergeant Kosi was questioned regarding certain WhatsApp communication that I had shared with involving Mr. Vus Matlala and reference to Musa Kaula. The manner in which this communication were characterized before the commission consists a misinterpretation and misinterpretation of true factual position, of which I consider necessary to clarify. Interaction arose when Mr. Matlala contacted me, narrated that he believed he was being subjected to an attempted extortion. He informed me that a person identifying himself as a journalist had communicated with him, indicating that information concerning Mr. Matlala's private life was allegedly being supplied to Mr. Musa Kaula for publication on social media platform, and that payment was being demanded, implied in exchange of preventing such publication. Mr. Matlala forwarded me screenshots of communication exchanged between himself and the individual who identified himself as the journalist. And I think even this Annexa RSB, it does not belong here. On the corrected version, it won't be here. This belongs to the complaint regarding Katis.
Yes, it's been deleted from the revised version.
Those
so what annexure did you want to refer to here then?
No annexure.
No.
No annexure.
Yeah, it was put here.
Can you at least give us a date, since there are no longer annexures? The date of this interaction. Remember the month and the year?
Yeah, it was September 2024. Yes. I think maybe when maybe the questions comes on the WhatsApp, it will appear. But I think it was on the 17th. The reason I remembered when I was checking the WhatsApp, on the 16th, I flew to Kimberley. I was in the panel for shortlisting a brigadier post, and on the 17th I had to come back. And there was raining, and the flight, I came back late. And Wednesday, the 18th, I was traveling to Limpopo. So I remember it was on the 17th.
That's correct, Commissioner. It's 17 September 2024.
Yes.
You can continue where you say those communications were not?
Those communications were not conversation between myself and Mr. Matlala. No, were they communications involving me directly. The content reflected discussion between Matlala and the said individual, including indications that purported journalist claimed to be engaging with Mr. Musa Kaula, attempting to persuade him not to publish the material in question.
Sorry, did you not want to say those conversations were not between you and Mr. Kaula? Because it's Mr. Matlala who told you that there's a problem. So the conversation would be between you and Matlala. When you say here, those communications were not between myself and Mr. Matlala, do you not mean between yourself and Mr. Kaula? Or am I misunderstanding something?
Yeah, I think I meant to say what I wrote, because it was not conversation between me and Mr. Matlala. Mr. Matlala forwarded me, what do they call it, screenshot of what he was discussing with somebody, that journalist, and what the journalist said to him and what he said to him. So he was communicating me the whole communication between himself and that journalist, who was trying to extort money from him, saying he's talking to Kaula so that to get the money, Kaula mustn't publish whatever. But you can see on that particular thing, it's already posted, it's already published. And then, yeah. So I'm saying this because when it was said here, I heard the evidence leaders were saying, it's me speaking to Kaula on behalf of Matlala, and that is why I want to clarify that I don't...
Hence my question, General, because the person speaking in the WhatsApps was referring to Mr. Kaula as Chomi.
Yeah.
And I understand that you want to clarify that you would never call him that. So that's not you in those
No,
WhatsApps.
it's not. Yes, it's not me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not me. I don't know him. I never met him. I don't have his number. He doesn't have my number. And I don't use the name Chomi.
Yes.
I never used that one.
So we've clarified that. Thank you. You can move on.
Yes. Upon receiving this information, I advised Mr. Matlala that if he believed himself to be a victim of extortion or intimidation, the appropriate course of action would be to open a criminal case with the South African Police Service. And as Sergeant Nkosi was geographically closer to Mr. Matlala and operationally positioned to assist, I forwarded the material to Nkosi solely for the purpose of enabling him to assist Matlala in reducing a statement to writing, facilitating opening a formal criminal case. Sergeant Nkosi subsequently informed me that Mr. Matlala had indicated that he had elected to refer the matter to his legal representative for advice and handling. No further involvement arose from my side thereafter.
Sorry, General, how did Sergeant Nkosi inform you about what Mr. Matlala was going to do, telephonically or via message?
How did he?
Inform you. In paragraph 137, Sergeant Nkosi subsequently informed me that Mr. Matlala had indicated that he elected. How did he inform you?
I can't remember, but we talked on the 13th, or on the 18th, telephonically and on WhatsApp on the 13th. But I think that we spoke, and also physically, because what was happening, I gave Nkosi my tire, my wheel to take somewhere to fix, because on the 14th, when I was going to the party there by General Sibia, I had a puncture. I even phoned him. He said he was out. He was not there. I phoned the driver. Also was not there. I have to phone APSA. I directed to come and assist me. So we found that the wheel has bent a bit. So he said there is a place whom we know in Pretoria West. I gave it to him. And then we were supposed to meet so that he can give me the spare wheel because I was going to Limpopo. And we met at Ford, because I also took it for service, at Ford Garage in Randfontein. That is where I even gave him my claim forms for my itineraries, because I was coming from on the 12th, I came from China, and I have to send in to our finance my claim so that it can be captured, because if it's not captured within certain days, then they create a debt against you, then they just take it from your salary. So we met also on the 18th. I'm not sure he told me telephonically or when we met.
Okay, thank you.
General, in that paragraph 136, where you advised Mr. Matlala to open a criminal case, was this telephonically? Was it on WhatsApp?
No,
was it in person?
No, it was telephonically. Remember, even before sending this message, he phoned me. Then I said, send me the message so that I can see, because what you are telling me, I'm unable to advise, to say what should you do.
Yes.
So after sending me this, that is when I phoned back and said, go and open a case, and then we will do entrapment for whoever wants this money. And then he asked me to say, hey, I'm still busy somewhere. Is Nkosi around? Can he come and help me? I said, I don't know. I will send him the message and tell him, I'm far away. If he can, then. If he can't, still go to the police station. They will be able to assist. Then they will find the people dealing with extortions. They will come and take the dogged from there because I know it is investigated at the provincial level.
Is he calling you in your capacity as a friend or what? Because he could have just gone to the nearest police station. In what capacity was Mr. Matlala reaching out to you?
Yeah, I will say he called me because he knows me. And as I said before, people who knows senior people or been in their circle, they feel even a small thing that if they phoned that senior person, it will happen fast or something will happen. But I can say he phoned because he knows me. And as I said before, he will phone seeking for advice, nothing else, or greeting, because we meet seldom. In a year maybe, like last year, the first time I saw him, we met physically. It was when we were at the party. So, and I don't visit his house. He doesn't visit my house. The only place I ever visited, or I visit when I'm towards main lane, is there by his office.
Thank you.
When you refer him to Sergeant Nkosi and you forward his message to Sergeant Nkosi, did you know that they have a close relationship?
Yes, I know. I know because Nkosi sometimes could phone me and say, hey, hold on, I'm with somebody says he knows you. That is when I came back to head office and then I heard his voice.
Okay.
So I even asked him, how do you know this chap? He said, no, we grew up together and whatever. I know him for a long time. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, General.
Ordinarily, where would such an offense have had to be reported? Ordinarily.
Reporting
Reported.
the case.
Yes. Ordinarily, where would it have had to be reported?
Yeah, if you report the case, it depends. If he's at home, I think I hear he's staying at this estate. Is near Olifants Fontaine is the police station. But if he's at the offices, the police station will be Garsfontein or Brooklyn. I'm not sure of the demarcation.
All right, thank you.
It will be either Garsfontein, because the office is there in Main Lane. So I'm not sure if Main Lane falls under Brook Lane or Garsfontein police station.
General, the short answer is the nearest police station.
In between when you are there, I can't say which one is the nearest.
No, you don't have to tell us which one. If you just say the short answer is the nearest
The nearest police station, yes.
No, thank you.
Thank you, General. Page 44, paragraph 138.
I wish to state unequivocally that at no stage did I communicate with Mr. Musa Kaula, whether by WhatsApp, telephone, social media, through any other intermediary. I do not know Mr. Kaula personally, and I have never engaged with him in any professional or personal capacity. The version presented before the Commission suggesting that I engaged in the indirect discussion concerning Mr. Kaula or that participated in any form of coordination, improper interaction is therefore incorrect. The material shared with Sergeant Nkosi was transmitted solely in the context of advising a person who believed himself to be victim of criminal conduct to pursue lawful remedies through proper police channels.
Okay, then the next topic is Vusi Kat Matlala.
I have known Mr. Vusi Kat Matlala as a businessman for several years. I met him during 2026 in a social setting through a friend of mine, Fuzile Mbilini, who had previously served as a police officer and who was at that time an acquaintance of Matlala. Fuzile and I occasionally meet at Earth Restaurant at Forest Hill Mall on Fridays after work before heading home in the West Rand, Randfontein, because we were both residing in that space. Sometimes I will find him with Mr. Matlala, or other times Mr. Matlala would find us there. Fuzile passed on in November 2016. However, Mr. Matlala and I lost contact. It was only in 2019 when we regained contact. This came when I accompanied Mudise to Matlala's business premises for a work-related matter. The purpose of our visit was to inquire about a person of interest who was subject of investigation. Information available was that Mr. Matlala was providing VIP security service to this particular individual. It was at this occasion that we established a contact and exchanged cell phones numbers. It was after the visit with Brigadier Mudise, we re-establishing the contact through subsequent conversation that I came to understand that Matlala was highly involved in the security industry, provided a VIP security protection service to the business persons and entities. My impression of him was that he was reserved in nature and his interactions were limited and informal. Since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek advice regarding personal issues affecting him. I saw nothing improper providing general advice. I did not present him in my official legal capacity. I did not represent him in my official legal capacity, nor did I intervene in any investigation process on his behalf. Our communication
Sorry, General, what do you mean by this? You first say, since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek my advice regarding personal, legal issues affecting him. And then you say, I saw nothing improper in providing general advice. I did not represent him in any official legal capacity. Was this about legal issues, giving advice on legal issues, and representing him in any official legal capacity?
Yeah. Commissioner,
that seems to suggest that you are a legal representative or a legal practitioner even, perhaps.
Commissioner, maybe it's lack of better word in English. When I say legal, it's things which may be involved the police or whatever. For example, can phone and say, I have applied for many rifles and it is taking long. I believe I will miss this tender of mine. Who can I speak to what should happen? What do I do in this instance? I said, no, the only person you can contact is CFR. And there is a contact number which you use to communicate to them. Or else go there yourself and do a physical inquiry. Because sometimes there will be a backlog, and more especially where they are waiting. Remember, CRC's job is a criminal record and to check suspects and whatsoever. So they can't prioritize the firearms application than that other one. So obviously it will take longer, but they are working on it in a sequence and prioritizing the others. But that is why it is taking long. That was my suggestion. I said, no, here is the number, you can call that number or you can go and visit and check. So yeah, I mean such things. For example, the Kaula thing. Yeah, I mean such things. That is
Thank
what
you.
you will ask me.
Thank you, General.
Thank you.
General, where you say personal legal issues affecting him, what kind of personal legal issues? And I ask the question because we have had testimony that Mr. Matlala has a long criminal record against his name, going back a long time. So I ask the question in that context.
Yeah,
What the personal legal issues you're referring to here?
Yeah, as I was explaining, Commissioner, to the chair, I mean exactly like where somebody, or he feels somebody want to do something criminal against him and seeks advice as to what step must he take. So I'm referring to those.
Thank you.
You're still at 144.
Since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek my advice regarding personal legal issues affecting him. I saw nothing improper providing general advice. I did not represent him in official legal capacity nor intervene in any investigation or process on his behalf. Our communication did not involve sharing of privileged investigation information, operational plans, classified intelligence, or internal sub-strategy. Our relationship has been that of acquaintance who met through mutual friend, thereafter rekindled as explained above. It was not business partnership, not financial arrangement, not operational alliance. We would come across each other from time to time. With the knowledge that he was in the security industry, where I need arose, I might inquire whether he had general information in relation to certain matters within my line of work. He would seek advice from issues affecting him personally, such exchanges were informal in nature and did not involve sharing confidential operational details and classification of information and investigative planning or privileged case content. At no stage I was aware that he was a member of any cartel or that he was a subject of any criminal investigation. I had been aware of such circumstances. My conduct interaction would have been guided strictly by official obligations. On the 6th of...
General, did you become aware in this period that you're describing in paragraph 147, whatever that period is, did you become aware about his criminal record?
No, I became aware later, around November, December, January.
Which year?
2024, I think.
Okay. And then when you say January 2025?
January 2025, yeah. Okay. And March, yeah. Others came out stronger on March. On the 6th September 2024, my son was involved in a motor vehicle accident. The vehicle sustained damage, and following engagement with the insurer claim was repudiated. This placed me under unexpected financial pressure in order to effect the repairs of the vehicle. On the 14th of September 2024, I attended Lieutenant General Sibia's son's engagement party at his residence in Centurion. That is where I physically met Mr. Matlala in 2024 after a long time. He came to greet me where I was seated. I was seated in another reception area. He was seated with the other senior officials from SAPS, including the officers I mentioned there.
Sorry, General, what did you say?
Including the officers I mentioned there.
You can mention them.
Okay. Lieutenant General Sintumule, Lieutenant General Fani, former General, Major General Tema, Brigadier Mtembu. Those are those which I can remember, because when I entered, I went where they were seated to greet them and go and sit somewhere where there was a better space, because it was congested. This is a reception area with glasses where those kids were sitting, and then on the side, that is where they were sitting, and there is another one in front. At the middle is a swimming pool, so I seated there, right front to them, towards the entrance. I think there were two couples speaking in Xhosa where I seated there, with my wife. After the greetings, he went back to sit. But I must say, when I arrived, when I went to greet them, he was not there, because I didn't see him there. I think he was not yet arrived.
General, was Sergeant Nkosi there?
No, Nkosi also didn't arrive, but I learned during the day that he is there, he was assisting. And when I had a puncture, I phoned him. I thought it's nearer because it was not far from the plot from Centurion. I was opposite Deep Slot when I got the punch. He said no, he went out to do something, he's coming back. And when I arrived, he was not there. And I remember he sent me a message asking if Matlala is there, and I responded, I don't see him.
You may continue.
Sorry,
But he came later.
Yes. General, where you say that that is where I physically met Mr. Matlala in 2024 after a long time. When last before this had you met him?
Maybe in 2023. I think 2023.
Do you remember the month? Any idea?
No, I will try to remember. I can't remember if it was at a wedding or I met him at Main Lane. I can't remember, but I met 2024. It was the first time I met him in September. I never met
September.
him. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
Uh, 150.
150. It was during that occasion, after the formalities were concluded, that we had a casual conversation, which led to the issue of him loaning me money for the purpose of vehicle repairs. During the conversation, I mentioned that I was attempting to resolve the matter by selling livestock utilizing my personal saving in order to cover the repairs. Matlala indicated that if I should not succeed in raising the funds in time, he will be able to assist me. At approximately four days later, on the 18th, 24, Mr. Matlala contacted me to inquire whether I had managed to raise the required funds. I informed him that I had not yet succeeded, but that I was traveling to Limpopo at that time. When we then agreed that he would advance me personal loan by depositing the money directly into my son's bank account, as my son was responsible for arranging and repairs of the vehicle in Gauteng. I forwarded my son's banking details to Matlala via WhatsApp. It was expressly agreed between us that the loan will be repaid during December 2024, which allowed me sufficient time to raise the funds as planned, sell livestock and from my personal saving. And commissioners, it's not on my statement, I must indicate further that on that month of December is the month that I get my bonus. I'm born in October, but I long changed it to December because when my kids were still at varsity, so that in January I can have money for deposit. So I didn't change it back. Even until now, I get my bonus in December.
Sorry, General, just before you proceed, I've been asked to ask you that if you're clicking your pen while you're answering, if you could just not click it because they can hear it over the mic. I'm sorry if I've removed your coping mechanism, but I've been asked to do so.
General, they keep taking things from you.
Yes, Commissioner.
You are now on page 48, paragraph 152.
I confirm that the funds were utilized solely for the vehicle repairs and were not connected to any way to my official duties or any operational matter. The loan has since been repaid in full through my own earnings and proceeds derived from my livestock and personal saving. Mr. Matlala deposited the agreed amount into my son's bank account, forwarded a proof of deposit to me via WhatsApp. My son confirmed the receipt telephonically. My son's bank statement reflected deposit is there to a charge as Annexer RS5. The Annexer will depict proof of deposit, payment of the mechanic, purchase of the vehicle parts, and quotation from the mechanic attached as Annexer RS6 and Annexer RS6A. I wish to state that I have never attended any function hosted by Matlala, nor he attended any function at my residence. I do not know his residential address. The Thanksgiving ceremony took place in my homestead in Zanini in 20 September 22. It was not a party to celebrate promotion. It was not funded by Matlala.
General, can you just put that in context, because we jumped from him offering to assist you with a loan, and then you've got the Thanksgiving ceremony. What are you responding to there? What allegation are you responding to at paragraph 156?
Yeah. When I was listening to, listening to the recording, which made by witness C, there was an indication that there was a money of 80,000 deposited into my account by Mr. Matlala. And I got angry and then immediately reversed the money to Matlala, that Matlala must give me cash. So I am responding to that to show that there was no such thing. Because for him to have my account, I have to give him my account. And I never gave him my account. And there's no way he can deposit money to my account without me giving him the account. I don't know how will he get it. And it never happened. The only money which was deposited is the one deposited to my son, which I brought the bank statement of my son and showing even how this money was used to do. It paid the vehicles and etc. So that was the reason for that statement.
Okay. Page 49, paragraph 157.
During November 2024, after selling 2 cattle at my homestead, I paid Mr. Matlala 20,000 in cash. At the end of December 2024, I transferred 50,000 from my ABSA account to the bank account which Matlala provided to me. The proof of payment, I WhatsApped it to him on the 31st. Actually, I phoned him on the 30th of December and asked him to give me his banking details. And he forwarded me his banking details. On the 31st, I transferred the money, and then I forwarded him the proof of payment of the 50,000, and I called him, and he confirmed because he was not coming back to me after sending, depositing the money. And we made the annexes of those statements.
General, this motor vehicle, is it your son or your vehicle?
It's my son's vehicle.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
So he got the accident. The day on the 6th, I left to China. He got the accident the same evening after they dropped me from the airport. So I found it out on the 12th when I came back because they said they didn't want to disturb me. They didn't tell me.
Yes, General, you then also referred to you attaching your son's bank statements, which demonstrates the payments made for the purchase of the required vehicle parts and mechanics fees.
Yes.
Okay. Then do you want to go to 159?
159. The last paragraph.
Yes.
Yes. There was no quid pro quo attachment to this financial assistance. Mr. Matlala did not request, I did not provide any operational favor, investigative intervention, strategic information or procurement, influence, preferential treatment of any nature. Financial assistance rose from personal emergency and I paid as agreed.
The next topic is on page 50, but I want to suggest that because you've dealt substantially with the Musa Kaula topic, and this is really just a repetition, that 160, 161, 162, 163, and 164 must be taken as being part of the record because it's a repeat of what you've already said. And then if you can just deal with 165.
At later stage, during October 2024, I came across a News 24 media article reporting on Mr. Kaula. Out of general interest in the ordinary course and informal communication between colleagues, I shared the article with Sergeant Nkosi. The sharing of the article was incidental and informal in nature and did not relate to any investigation or operational activity, coordinated engagement concerning Mr. Kaula. So here, I was just indicating, in addition to that, I don't know Mr. Kaula, I never spoken to him. And also, I was never involved in any investigation relating to Mr. Kaula. But because once I sent to Nkosi those WhatsApp messages relating to Mr. Kaula from Mr. Matlala to him, I just forwarded him to see that it seems this fella is always in problems, the one whom we're dealing with. Not knowingly, they are having also investigation on him, but I just forwarded to you.
Thank you, General. Then we on page 52, A new topic, the alleged 3-envelope/bag of money discussion related to witnesses A, B, and the other detective.
This one I can speak from my heart.
Please do.
Commissioners, it reads as follows. I deny that I convened a meeting with the investigators for the purpose of distributing envelopes, suggesting payment, facilitating bribe, or encouraging corrupt conduct. The meeting on the 16th May 2024 at my office situated at room 732, Wachthuis Building, Francis Bard Street, Pretoria, must be understood within a full operational context. The meeting did not arise in isolation, nor was it convened for any improper purposes. On the 14th of May, I had a telephonic conversation with Brigadier Hlongwane, the provincial head organized crime investigation in Gauteng. During that conversation, she informed me that she would be unable to attend a meeting scheduled 16 May 2024, as she was out of the office. The purpose of the meeting was for her and her investigative team to provide feedback with progress report and feedback concerning the Morey family murder. That is the double murder in Midrand of the Morey. So there was a complaint, and I was tasked by General Sibia to oversee the investigation. So on monthly basis or after 3 weeks, the investigators with the brigadier will come to the meeting, whereby we're giving the family representative and the lawyer, mostly Mr. Morey Klute, who is a News 24 reporter, was representing the family, will be coming. And then there to my office, and then they brief us, and then we give guidance as to what must still go to happen, and then they go, we meet again. So because they were not, family was complaining they are not giving feedback. So that was the reason they were coming to see me at 11 o'clock on that day. So she indicated that they will come and attend the investigation team in her absence to give the feedback to the Morey family representative. I informed her that I would have preferred her to her attendance, as I also wanted to discuss with her the Hlongwane murder case 27504/2024, which was investigated by a component, where 3 individuals, including a police officer, had been arrested. I must indicate, commissioners, I put this case number because now I knew it, but that time I didn't know the case number. I indicated a white person killed. I didn't know the case number. I further engaged with the Brigadier Hlongwane and inquired specifically about the Hlongwane murder case involving the 3 accused persons, including the police official Ndalo. I had earlier received information from a source indicating that the accused were dangerous contract killers in Kabi, and that attempts were allegedly been made to compromise the investigation, ultimately to create a threat to their safety of the investigators. Brigadier Hlongwane said to me I should contact Colonel Mukwena, her second in command and immediate commander, or of those members that are assigned to the investigation. She further indicated that she was aware of the drama that unfolded in court and that she had to send TRT and a tracking team to transport the accused person to the prison. The information received from the source...
General, if you just... Where you say you had earlier received information from a source,
Yes.
Is it earlier the same day of the 14th?
Earlier the same day, the 14th.
On the 14th itself?
Sorry, General, I just want clarification. She indicated that she was aware of the drama that unfolded in court. When in court? What was she referring
In court,
to?
referring to Frianach in court, when there was appearance.
When was that appearance?
I don't have it. I don't have the knowledge
And it was an appearance of the accused?
of the accused persons in that murder case. The information received from the source indicated inter alia that a bag full of money had allegedly been given to an attorney named, should I mention the name? Anyhow, it was information, it's not fair. Because I remember when they were testifying, they mentioned the name.
I'm reminded that the name has been mentioned already by the witnesses.
Yeah, the name is Attorney Victor Mashel, with intention to bribing the investigators, but further alleged that the investigators refused such inducement. Attempt would then be made to bribe the prosecutors or the magistrate. The source indicated that the individuals who allegedly contracted the accused feared being linked to murder and therefore disparate to interfere with the case, and further indicated that the accused had allegedly ties with senior police officials and that investigators were being monitored, that a lady in Johannesburg was allegedly being used to run the vehicle registration numbers associated with the investigators, and that certain police officers and traffic officials were attending court proceeding, and that there was concern that someone within forensic service could potentially interfere with ballistic evidence. Given the seriousness of the information I received, I contacted Colonel Mkwena, under whose command the investigating officer fell, and ensured that the matter was escalated appropriately. During the telephone conversation, Colonel Mkwena informed me that he was traveling from Pretoria to West Rand. I was likewise en route home to West Rand. We agreed to meet along the route to discuss the matter. We subsequently met approximately, I think it's 1900 hours.
Yes, you've changed it to 1900.
Yeah. At Uncle Harry's garage in Randfontein. During the meeting, I briefed Colonel Mkwena on the information I had received concerning perceived threat against investigating officer allegations relating to possible bribe. I inquired from Colonel Mkwena about the status and nature of the investigation. He then contacted the investigating officer referred in as Witness B, telephonically in my presence, and handed the phone to me so that I could speak directly to her. My intention was to obtain clarity regarding circumstances surrounding the incident, as Colonel Mkwena himself was unable to provide more detailed explanation. Mkwena had indicated that the matter was involved a shooting at a factory and that killing allegedly involved a hired hitman. When I spoke to Witness B, she declined to discuss the matter further telephonically, explaining that investigation was sensitive in nature and that she was not comfortable providing details on the phone. I accepted the position and requested that the formal meeting be arranged at my office so that the investigation team could brief me comprehensively and enable me to determine how appropriately to assist in this matter. On the 16th of May 2024, the investigation officer, including witness A and B and another, attended at my office with 2 case doggers, which it was during the meeting that I relayed information received from the source to the investigators. I informed them that the accused were considered dangerous contract killers and that they were allegedly attempt to bribe the investigating officer, prosecutor, or the magistrate. The source has also informed me that...
Can I just understand something? Did witness A and B report to you?
No. They report to Brigadier Hopan at organized crime. Hence, I indicated I phoned her first and said I would have liked when she come with those other members, she could come with them so that I can bring them together.
So she was invited to this meeting?
Yeah, really, she phoned me to inform me she won't come to our meeting on the 16th. We were having a meeting on the 16th to brief me with that case of Midrand. And then she was informing me that she won't be able to come, the members are coming to Kamalo. So I informed her that, hey, Brigadier, even though it's not mentioned here, Brigadier, there was an incident and you never informed me about it, because serious incidents, they are expected to inform me as their national head, the provincial heads. We got a group where we share this information so that I must be abreast of what. So because she couldn't come, she referred me to the second in command, Colonel Mkwena. And then I met with Colonel Mkwena. Then the meeting was arranged that they come also on the 16th when that other team comes so that I can brief them properly. But already I briefed Mkwena. For me to want them to come, I wanted also to brief them physically in order to encourage them, because I was involved in a similar situation myself, and to say what must happen, what will happen, and what must they do in order to enjoy this thing and work until the end. And for me to meet Mkwena and Brigadier Hopan was for them to take my information and make a request to crime intelligence for threat risk analysis, so that they confirm the information, because that was information which was not yet confirmed. And also for them to come there, there were names mentioned. I thought maybe they must know them to confirm the names, if ever those people they know and whatsoever. So that was the mere reason that I wanted to see them and speak to them, and also make them understand they mustn't get scared, because I know how it becomes miserable. And to go and stay in a safe house, live in your own house, and again, how to investigate this thing. You can't investigate the threat against you, because what about you meet them? Will you contain yourself or you behave otherwise? So you have 2 teams which will deal with that. And I explained everything like that, and I was happy that to hear they are in the safe house. Yeah, the other things is just unfortunate. So that was the reason I called them there. I was at 174.
Yes. It was during that meeting that I relayed the information received from the source.
Yeah, from the source to the investigators. I informed them that the accused were considered dangerous contract killers and that they were alleged attempts to bribe investigators, prosecutor, and magistrate. The source had also informed me that there were police officers and traffic officers involved, also attending the court proceedings. The informant cited a traffic official from JMPD named Johnny Mukhatle and a police official from Toms called Zungu. So this is where I said I wanted to hear if they know these people, because they are working all in Gauteng. And then they could confirm for me before crime intelligence can confirm that. The members informed me that during the last court appearance, a large number of people occupied the entire courtroom, resulting in the deceased family being unable to access the court. The court had to adjourn in order to clear the courtroom. They further indicated that they were being followed and that certain individuals were taking photographs of them, of their vehicles at the parking area. I indicated that the first priority was to address the issue of threat risk assessment so that the investigators could receive appropriate protection. I further indicated that after crime intelligence had concluded the risk assessment and verified the information, an inquiry should be opened if warranted. I also stated that I would speak to Brigadier Hopan to request the risk assessment from General Lekalakala.
General, the inquiry that you refer to here, where you say inquiry should be opened, what inquiry is that?
Yeah. The inquiry is about the threat. If the counterintelligence verifies this information which they are given, and then identify these vehicles who are following, and they open an inquiry for that particular investigation, and then there will be investigators with crime intelligence who are doing this intelligence investigation to verify the severity of the threat level and how must be protected. And furthermore, the inquiry will be to follow these people who are creating the threat to investigate. So, as I also gave example to say, when we had this ourselves, the investigation will be done like as a project or major investigation, because the information also further indicated that there will be more cases coming from the firearms which are recovered. And then they must focus on those matters. This other team must focus on the inquiry to protect them or to arrest these people. Then if they have gathered enough investigation evidence, then the inquiry will be translated to a case docket where they can arrest and so forth.
Who is responsible for the decision to institute this inquiry?
Yeah.
Is it you? Is it crime intelligence who are conducting?
No, crime intelligence must open the inquiry. Okay. Remember, they were supposed to have come to me actually to take my statement as a support to that particular inquiry before, or they decided to interview the victims or the members where the threat is, and then investigate and find out that maybe it is true, and then there's no need to come and see me. I don't know why didn't they come to me. But I did a follow-up with the brigadier, and the brigadier indicated to me, as you are speaking to me, I'm with Brigadier Ndalo, the provincial head of counterintelligence, assisting me to draft the request for threat risk assessment, because it must be done by the same province.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One 177.
I thought I was done.
Okay.
178.
No, 178, my fault.
I indicated that the first priority was to address the issue of threat risk assessment.
No,
So,
it's fine, General.
yeah.
I think I was wrong. It's 178.
Yeah, okay,
178.
thanks. The members requested that I assist them with the fast tracking of the ballistic report. In their presence, I telephoned the section head, ballistic section, Brigadier Mkawela. And I think we made an attachment, annex of the telephone billing, which shows I phoned him what time, and requested that he prioritize the ballistic analysis of the case and ensure that it was concluded before the next court date. I further provided him with details and contact of witness B, which he dictated to me. I sent the case number to Brigadier Mkawela via WhatsApp. I read the case docket and provided guidance in relation to the investigation which needed to be done, because the important thing is we're supposed also to be ready when we go to the court for bail application. I checked what was outstanding and what needed to be done. And earlier on, I must say the docket investigation was good, whatever they collected. The only thing which was not there, I couldn't see, was the crime scene examiner. They didn't indicate if they've taken prima residue from the arrested suspect, and also was the touched DNA and fingerprints taken from the cartridges and firearms which were found, and of which I guided that must also be done. So that was that. But there was a strong case for bail application. Earlier in the day, I also attempted to contact Major General Kumar. However, his phone rang and indicated he will call me back. I reckon he was in the meeting. They said itemized billing will indicate that. Any reference made during meeting of money envelopes or bag of money was direct repetition of the intelligence received from the source. It was not suggestion or instruction or endorsement of corruption. I expressly cautioned the investigator not to accept any bribe. I informed them that even if they were offered money, accepting such money would not eliminate the risk to their lives. I emphasized that the offense under which they are investigating is a serious Schedule 6 offense, and that the bail proceeding will be formal and rigorous. My intention was to sensitize and protect, encourage them to endure until the end. I also wanted to establish and confirm if they know or have seen Zungu at the court on the day. I advised that the threat risk assessment be conducted through crime intelligence and that protective measures, including safe house arrangements, if necessary, be considered. I advised that the matter be treated as major or project investigation and that investigative team should not be burdened with additional dockets so to preserve the focus on operational integrity. I shared the experience from similar 2013 murder investigation involving Major General Maswangani, where investigators had to work from a safe house due to credible threats. This is intended to emphasize the seriousness of the situation and the need for vigilance. I informed that from the safe house, it will minimize escalation of threat from their families, and the team, including the combat and crime intelligence, will be in one roof, thus minimizing leakage of the sensitive information. In the presence of the members, I contacted Brigadier, I think it's a repetition, this one, of what I've read on the
that's
other
a repeat. You've deleted it in the other version.
Yes. And this one on 2022, May 24, I followed up with Brigadier to confirm whether the risk assessment has been initiated. She informed me she was with Brigadier Ntul. I think I also indicated to this one. I did not distribute envelopes or did not provide money. I did not solicit bribes. I did not suggest concealment of evidence. I did not instruct the investigators to participate in any corrupt conduct, more especially to disrupt the course of justice with regard to pending application and appeal thereof. The allegations that orchestrated and promoted the three-envelope strategy is false, constitute distortion and protection of operational briefing. The intelligence was conveyed for the purpose of safeguarding the investigators and preserving integrity of the investigation. Preserving. The allegations that I orchestrated and promoted the so-called envelope strategy is false and constitute distortion of what was the fact, protective briefing. This is the repetition.
It's a repeat, I was just going to say.
190 and 191 is the same paragraph.
You want to go to 192?
Yeah. On the 16th May, Sergeant Ndalo attended at my office together with
Can I
witness.
just assist you there? It's also a repeat of what you said earlier. I think the important part is what you want to say in this, from the second sentence.
Okay. But also we corrected this one because it was not making sense.
Yes, so just read from the second sentence. Sergeant Ndlela
Yeah.
appears.
Yeah, Sergeant Lela appears to be the only attendee who correctly understood the purpose and context of my briefing. My communication was directed at warning the investigators of potential risk, advising of an appropriate course of action within the framework and the threat risk assessment process. Sergeant Lela has since deposed a sworn affidavit confirming true nature of discussion, disputing suggestion that I proposed insinuated acceptance of any gratification and unlawful conduct. The copy of the affidavit is marked RS10. At no stage did I propose or encourage or imply unlawful conduct, inducement or acceptance of any benefit. The briefing was operational.
Sorry, General. The reference in 193 where you say Sergeant Ndlela has since deposed, you're referring to the affidavit that he deposed on the 7th of July 2025?
That's correct.
Okay, so it is since when? It can't be since the commission. The allegations that you say are allegations that you allegedly tried to induce the detectives to take a bribe only arose after the 7th of July 2025, because the commission hadn't started yet. So when you say since, you mean what, since what? The suggestion that if you read it the way you say, it's as though he deposed to this affidavit to dispel allegations made at the commission. But that's not the case. His affidavit was prepared before the hearings.
Yeah, the witnesses who testified about the envelopes, they testified in October.
Yes, of 2025.
Yes.
Ndlela's statement is July 2025, so it's before they gave evidence.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can explain why I went to sort the statement of Ndlela. During that time, I received information that there are investigators going around with my photo, trying to source statement to link me with something. And then also after hearing this thing on the 6th of July that there were these, then I phoned Ndlela and asked, did you put a statement regarding our meeting? Because I didn't want a situation whereby it's already a state witness and I'm interfering. And he said no. I said, can you give me a statement relating to our meeting? That is when he gave me the statement. And subsequent to that, on the 8th of July, the investigators from PKTT went to him looking for a statement. And when he wanted to give them the statement similar to what he gave me, they said, no, we prepared a statement, it's this one. Your statement must be like that one of Sitole. And they make him sign, he signed. And then later on, he forwarded me that statement which they sent him per email, which was not signed, and I have it here. So that was the reason, that was the only thing which I thought of protecting myself with, to go and get this statement of him or any other person whose statement was not taken because of what I heard. And it's not the first time I hear this kind of thing is happening with that particular team. So I couldn't wait to be a victim of something I don't know.
Okay.
Why just him? He wasn't the only one in the room when you spoke about there's a bag of money. How did you decide he's the one to call and not any of the other people that were in the room?
Yeah, information indicated the other two are at the safe house, and they are working with these people who are going around with my photo, looking for statement. So he is not there. So I phoned the office and asked if he's still there, and I was informed he's there. They gave me his number. I phoned him and I asked him, are you prepared to provide me with the statement of what happened when you came to my office? He said, sure. Then he wrote the statement and he gave to somebody who's staying in my vicinity to hand it over to me.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Is it not more correct to say all he does in his statement is to explain what happened on the day?
Yes.
I mean, unless I'm missing something, I don't see anywhere in the statement where he disputes any suggestion that you proposed or insinuated the acceptance of gratification. I mean, he doesn't say that in the statement, unless you can show us maybe where in the statement he says this.
Yes.
And it's not probing, it's just so that we clarify the content of your paragraph 193.
Yeah. I'm not saying he indicated that there were some money which I said it must be paid.
Because when I read his statement, he just says this is what happened on the 16th,
Yeah.
and then he withdrew from the case. But he doesn't say, I dispute any suggestion that General Shibiri proposed or insinuated acceptance of gratification.
Yeah, but that is his statement.
Yeah.
So he can be asked about his statement and to make supplementary, because I didn't want to lead him to say what must he write. So I wanted him to write what we discussed. And the only thing he understood there is that I talked about a bag full of money which was given to Michelle. And then and he understood that the only thing I was concerned, it was they must get protection from the word go, from Hopani, and then risk assessment must follow, which must determine what level of protection must they get and how it must unfold. So that is what I wanted him to indicate, but I couldn't dictate to him to say what must he write. So, but
maybe you are misunderstanding me, General. In your statement, you say he has deposed to a sworn affidavit confirming the true nature of the discussion. I'm happy with that part, 193 of your statement. I'm happy with that part. But you continue and you say he has disputed any suggestion that you proposed or insinuated acceptance of any form of gratification. Now, you are attributing to him something which I don't see in his statement. That's really my point.
Okay. No. I hear you, Commissioner, and I agree with you, but it's my take that he's not insinuating that I said somebody must take an envelope.
So you're basically saying the effect of his affidavit is that he does not support the allegation that you...
Yeah, even this unsigned one, I got it here. It doesn't even say that. It went further to say about the visit at the house. I have it here, but it's not signed. He gave me the following day, on the 8th after he made that one.
That's fine. We will take his statement for what it is, and we will deal with it on that basis.
Okay. So this one which is not signed, you can't take it. Okay. No, he can come and confirm he's still alive. Yes.
General, then, just to close that one off at page 60, the top of page 60, at no stage did I, can read that into the record, after you reference Ndlela's statement. Just before the new topic, at no stage did I propose, encourage.
At no stage I did propose or encourage or imply unlawful conduct, inducement, or acceptance of any benefit or briefing was operational.
Yeah, we have that. It's a repeat later, earlier on, that the briefing was an operational briefing. It's fine.
Yeah, I think on the correction, I don't know if we didn't delete this one. The last page, the last word.
It just says the briefing was operational, full stop. On the new one.
Oh.
Okay. Then can we get to the next topic, which is the alleged telephonic conversation between witness A and yourself overheard by witness B? Looks can be deceiving. We really are almost at the end because there are 10 pages that are effectively duplications. I think we've got 10 pages left, Chair, I promise.
Yeah. The discussion regarding the official Zungu from Tom's was held with the detectives at my office during the meeting on the 16th of May 2024, not telephonically as alleged. During that meeting, I did discuss that the source had allegedly that Zungu and Johnny were present at court as part of persons sent to monitor the investigators. I did not state that Zungu belongs to a criminal cartel. I was to understood that the two law enforcement officers were working for the accused person's handlers or themselves, or the accused person themselves.
Okay. General, before you continue, can we just get it on record what your version is about the phone call? Did the phone call happen with witness A? Do you accept that there was a telephone call in December with witness A?
Yeah, twice.
Yes.
I phoned him twice.
Okay.
Yes.
You may continue. So the next topic is about Commissioner Nkwashu.
During my interaction and discussion with witness A, no discussion took place concerning Brigadier Nkwashu. I have no knowledge of any information suggesting that Brigadier Nkwashu had an interest in any case at National. The question is framed, is vague, and I am unable to identify which specific matter or investigation is being referred to. Accordingly, I am not in position to provide any further response beyond confirming that no such discussion occurred within my knowledge or presence. I deny making definitive allegation against Hawks, Zungu, Nkwashu, Lieutenant General Sivia that they have ties with Katiso Mulife. I think this one was supposed also to be moved under its own heading. It is on the wrong heading.
Okay, well, while we do have it, what do you mean by you deny making definitive allegations? Did you make any allegations during the call about Zungu, Brigadier Nkwashu, or Lieutenant General Sibia that they have ties with Mr. Katiso Molefe?
No. Well, the allegations I made regarding Zungu is that he was in court surveying them on behalf of the accused and the handler, who I don't know who is the handler. So I never talked about Katiso Molefe. I knew Katiso Molefe after this arrest. I didn't even know the name.
Okay, you're jumping the gun. Zungu, you say your version is that the reference to Zungu was not in any of the telephone calls.
Yes.
It was at the meeting of 16 May 2024.
That's correct.
You say, I never discussed Zungu at all. Did you discuss any Hawks or Tom's representative or officer with him during any of the December calls?
No.
Okay. Then you say, I deny making definitive allegations against Brigadier Nkwashu during those calls and that he has ties to Katiso Molefe.
No, yes, no,
Okay.
I don't.
And just to be clear, the reference from witness A was that you had said that there's an officer at district level who's trying to get involved in a matter at provincial level. Do you recall making that statement during one of the December calls with witness A?
No, I can't recall that, and I won't know of any case at the provincial level except those which are reported to me where he is involved. Unless, if I will know of that, it will be Brigadier Hopani or Mukwena has reported me to say there is this person wanting to involve himself on the case of the province.
Okay. So when you say you don't recall, do you mean that you don't recall saying that in the call, or are you denying that you said that in the call, in any of the two calls?
No, I deny saying that.
I just want to clarify. You deny making any reference to an officer at district level trying to insert themselves in a case at provincial level?
Yes.
Okay. And then insofar as Lieutenant General Sabia is concerned, what is it that you say transpired during the call with witness A, any one of the calls that you say in December 2024 that related to General Sabia?
Yeah, it is here on page
62, 200.
199
Paragraph
and
200, yeah.
And then 199 also speaking to him.
Do you want to start at 199?
Yeah, because I think they are all speaking to General Sabia.
Okay.
I am saying here, I cannot recall any discussion informing or suggesting that National Deputy,
It's
it's supposed to be a Deputy National Commissioner.
Commissioner, yes.
Lieutenant General Sabia had close relationship with Mr. Julius Malem, who is alleged to be associated with individual named Z. Ngumalo. I do not know whether Lieutenant General Sabia has any personal or professional relationship with Julius Malem, with Mr. Julius Malem, except that to state that there have been some cases where were referred to General Sabia by Julius Malem for investigation, just like any other member of public. I remember he once asked me to intervene on the kidnapping of Mrs. Likhale and her child after he received a call from Mr. Malema to intervene. What do I recall is that then...
In that paragraph 199, you referred to, you said Zingumalo.
Yeah.
It reads Zingumalo, and I think it's important because there is a person who is known as Zingumalo, and I think they should not be mistaken because of how you've pronounced it to be the person that you're referring to. So the correct pronunciation is Zingumalo, as is written here.
I take note, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Okay, General, so if we go back to 199, just to understand your version. You say, I cannot recall. Now, I cannot recall, is it possible that you did have this discussion with witness A in December over the phone, or are you saying that it didn't happen at all?
I agree that I had a telephone conversation in December 7, and the other date I can't remember. I remember December 7 because of, it happened that I answered the phone because I was done eye operation the previous day. And I thought I switched off my phone, the other one rang. Then I was asked that I must check the status of arrest of a certain Mr. Mulife because the family complained that they don't know where he's detained. Then I phoned Brigadier Nama from the province working serious and violent, thinking maybe it might be them. He said, no, ask organized crime. Then I phoned Mukwena. Mukwena said, no, he will check with Stoll. He checked with Stoll. Stoll gave him he gave me the phone of Stoll, and I phoned Stoll. And when...
Please continue, General.
And when I phoned the individual, I was just mentioning, I'm sorry about that. When I phoned the individual, then he indicated that he is with an attorney called Tan, and then they just came to see him, and there were a lot of senior officers phoning about this chap. So I said, no, but it doesn't make sense. If the attorney is there, meaning the family knows, how does the family complain when the attorney is there? The attorney is supposed to be sent by the family to go and visit him. And then I left it there. Then I sent a WhatsApp back to say, no, the lawyers are with the family, so the person is found. So the second call, I was about to go back from sick leave to work. Then I remembered about the task. Then I remembered that I didn't ask what was this person arrested for. So that when I'm asked when I get back, I must be able to give a full report. Then I phoned him. And when I phoned the witness, he told me that, hey, look, this case, we are told you mustn't speak to anybody. If you want further inquiries about it, you must phone General Kumar, meaning the DPC.
Mbuso Kumalo.
General Mbuso, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I said, no, it's fine. If ever need arises, but I just wanted to have full report to say what this guy was arrested for. So people can ask and say, this guy, it was all over on news and whatsoever. So my eyes were closed, and I was avoiding watching even the phones. And after that, I switched off my phones because I keep on receiving phones, and I needed to recover. I was done a cataract operation. So they've done one eye, then you go, they do the other eye. Then that's why it took long for me to go back to work. So, and I wanted to know what is the guy whom they said I must check the status is arrested for, because I didn't know what was he arrested for. Then the chat went further to say, hey, you know, I don't want a situation whereby they say now this new guy, when we send him, he comes with half-baked information and whatsoever. We were joking. And then I said, no, keep up the good work and stay safe. These people are dangerous. So you mustn't leave your comfort, your place, and then wanting the comfort and so forth. Stay there. It will end soon. Then we finished the call. The third time is, I think it is in September last year. He sent me a WhatsApp, and then the WhatsApp was deleted. And I don't know that number on my private phone. And then I phoned the number in the evening, only to find it's him. And then we just greeted each other and say, keep well. And then that's all what happened. So that's the reason I'm saying I'm not sure if I ever mentioned something like that. Because there were a lot of things said here. And some of them, they are commissioners. They were not, they were not right. They were dangerous. When General Kumalo testified, they indicated, no, General Mkwana, they indicated their investigation has identified the five cartels, the big five cartels. But when it was testified here, it was testified it's me who actually informed them or gave them the names of the big five cartel. I asked myself, and they continue talking about it here and everywhere. So I asked myself, the same people who have got protection 24 hours against the same cartel, they don't even bother if they say they got the names from Shibiri, nothing will happen to me. So I became worried. I said, even the commission entertained that thing, not seeing there is a danger there. Because if I told them as what? As giving them information to work on or what? Other than the theories they are coming with about me. So I even tried to request for threat risk assessment, and I didn't even get any response. So it is quite disturbing also, meaning, let's say I remember, a mom expected to say I said those things in this kind of circumstances. So I'm just saying to the commission that some of the things were not dealt with accordingly, that it would, maybe our lives, or my life to say, is not precious than the other's life. Unless I'm part of the cartel, I won't be hurt. But what it was said, it was like maybe just pushed in the den of lions to be killed by the lions.
General, if I can understand what you're saying is that, are you saying that the evidence of General Kumalo about somebody identifying that there is a big five, that you are that person, that is what was testified?
Yeah, he indicated so. To say the evidence, information we got from General Shibiri we found to be true. I'm not CI, he's CI. He must go and investigate and verify information. If I give information, he must go and verify, not go and take my name out there. I gave them the information from the start for them to investigate. Who must investigate information? I gave them unverified information, commissioners, from a source which was very valuable for them to start and investigate and do proper things.
Now you are confirming the very thing you say you don't want to be repeated in this commission.
No. The first one, I didn't deny, I testified here that I got information and mentioned 2 names and whatsoever who were said to be there. And again, I'm indicating it was information which needed to be verified. That is why I said I even called these members there to come and verify because if these members are working in Gauteng, they are working in Gauteng at the PIU, at the organized crime, they might be knowing them that yes, they were there at the court. And then we carry forward with our investigation. Because I cannot get investigation and start reining people in without evidence, without following up. That is why Commissioner Baloyi, I talked about inquiry to be opened, to investigate, to build the case. If we have a case, we open a case docket. So that is the process. But what happened, really, I don't know. I don't know. But as I'm saying, my answer to this is, I can't remember saying something like that. And I'm saying what I know in terms of relation to Malema and the general, to say what happened. Beyond that, I won't answer those questions.
Thank you, General.